here at the remains of the Morganza, what remains of it. It's December 25th, actually 26th, December 26th, 2011. The last remaining building of the Morganza Reform School is being torn down. I'm trying to avoid saying any expletives so I can post this on the web. I am very, very upset. This is a big piece of history of this area, history of Pennsylvania, and they've just demolished, and they're making way for another little shopping center that'll fail like all the others do soon. This is a scrap heap of the iron and steel girders that once held it up. This is the rubble heap, the bricks that once made up the building. This is a shame. This is almost a tragedy. This is the remains of the Morganza, and I guess a stable or outbuilding of some kind. That's the last remaining structure of the Morganza that has not been damaged or torn down. I'm going to turn here so you can see. This is what remains from the opposite side, and this soon, of course, will be torn down as well. This is what happens when people don't care about history. This is what happens when people don't see potential. This is a tragedy. This is one of the awesome trees. I know you got some solar flare there, but hope you can see enough. That lives on the Morganza property and would have been perfect for the surroundings of the haunted house I wanted to build, but we're still perfect because it is what it is, or was what it was. Okay, this is the demolition of the Morganza. I'm actually here while they're doing some work at this point. They're piling up the remnants in there. If you want to see more of that, see my pictures that I've already taken. But over here is the bulldozer and the shovel that are knocking out the building bit by bit. It's a tragedy. I'm going to take a walk over to the stables or whatever that thing is. Shall we take a look? What I'm walking across now to get to the stables was once a baseball field, believe it or not. Nothing but grass and weeds now, but once this was a very beautiful place. Say what you will, some people didn't like it, some people, which happens in any facility, I guess, but many people's lives were saved by coming here. Some people were on the wrong path and this straightened them out. Other people, before it became a reform school, would have been here as refugees back during the 1920s and such, when the Ellis Island and such was going on. There seems to be some sort of writing on this stone here. I'm going to get a little closer and we'll see what it says. industrial. I don't know if you can see that, but it says industrial buildings with V's standing in for the U's, a common practice. Okay, I'm up by the industrial buildings, and this is the back view there. This will all be a shopping complex soon, but here we have the industrial buildings. Take a little walk through as much as I can. I'm not going to go into any of the buildings because that would be dangerous, and since I'm by myself, I don't want to take too many risks. Technically, I'm taking a small risk by walking through these fields, which could be full of gopher holes, but that's what I do for my people. Walking out through the back here. This is the side that most people don't get to see from the highway or from the roads. It's all about you people. Okay, and here's a rather dangerous little manhole. Nothing down there but pieces of metal and things to get hurt on. So this would have been where the shops and all kinds of industrial things would have been done. I imagine at one point the front part might have been a stable. Don't know if I covered up the microphone there. Here is a loading dock apparently, because it has those buffers here, and that's where you would back a truck against it. This place was so beautiful. So much could have been done with it. But you know how progress is. So-called progress. As we walk up through the entryway here, another manhole sitting open. Brilliant. Into the darkness there. And of course there's the beautiful, once beautiful, remains of the Morganza. History is a very important thing, and so much of our history is being lost. Some of it to the bulldozer, other parts of it to the ravages of time that just, people simply haven't remembered to record these things. And then there's situations like this where it's blatantly and wantonly destroyed to make way for a mall. I can't say I won't patronize the mall. I mean, but it will fail like all the others do, sooner or later. Probably sooner. Bulldozers are quiet now. Shovels are quiet. I think the workers may have gone home for the day. People complain about how we're killing the earth, and yet here's a beautiful open tract of land, and what are they doing? Putting up a mini mall. So, shows how much those people really care about the earth. I personally am a capitalist myself. I'm all for anything that makes money, but at the same time I'm for preservation of history. And the Morganza is history. Literally and figuratively now. So much could have been done with that building. My personal plans involved creating a haunted house and using this field for part of that. Having a small store in it, perhaps, to sell Halloween wares and history books. History of the Morganza. But now, of course, that's all dust in the wind. As often happens when wind destroys history, this is something that can never be replaced. It may live on in documents and photographs, but another great piece of history is being lost and will soon be nothing but rubble. I'm going to try and come out here again at some point before it's completely down, and then maybe again after it is completely down, and take a look, see what remains of the rubble. Till then, signing off.